My name is Sarah Lance. Last year, a former Time Master named Rip Hunter recruited a team of heroes and villains to save the world. And we did. But in the process, we destroyed the Time Masters. Now, we've taken up their mantle of protecting the timeline from time criminals. We are no longer saving the world. We are saving history. But don't call us heroes. We are legends.
Previously on Legends of Tomorrow.
Haywood, Dr. Nate Haywood. I need to talk to you about Sarah Lance, Ray Palmer, and the rest of the Legends. I think they're all in trouble.
I am piloting us on a collision course with the torpedo.
Gideon.
I'm here, Captain.
Where's Captain Hunter?
I would be happy to play his final message for you all.
Together, you are the best crew, the best team a captain could ever hope for. Good luck.
What do you guys say we get out of 1942?
Not until you answer a few questions.
We're the Justice Society of America.
And you're coming with us.
Oh my God, you're Commander Steele.
Who the hell are you? Whoa, just relax. We're all friends here. Rex Tyler told us about the JSA. You guys are awesome.
Hey, name's Jax.
Rex never mentioned any of you.
Mind telling us what you were doing impersonating OSS agents?
It's quite simple, actually. We were protecting Albert Einstein from Nazi agents who were attempting to kidnap him and force him to build an atomic bomb in the future.
Time travel, it's hard to explain.
You can take all the time you need.
In custody.
Whoa, take it easy. Let's talk for a minute. I mean, after all, you're my...
Obsidian, shut off the light! Wow, that's pretty neat.
She's trying to kill us.
Nah, she's just flirting.
We don't want to fight.
You win.
You just had to mention time travel, didn't you?
Yeah, well, at least he didn't throw the first punch.
I'm perfectly capable of defending myself, Raymond.
Pretty sure that you got knocked out by a teenager in a Star-Spangled Leotard.
Her name's Stargirl.
Did anybody catch her regular person name?
I'm surprised you didn't ask for her number.
Oh, so it's my fault that we got our asses handed to us.
Look, they're just better coordinated than us.
You guys just listen to me.
Pretty, shut up. If I recall, you were late coming to the party. Oh, is that right? How did you see that?
Never laid eyes on them before in my life.
They seemed quite adamant that they knew you.
Believe me, if I'd met this bunch, pretty sure I'd remember. What do you propose we do with them?
If I may be so bold, sir, I say we find the darkest hole in Leavenworth and throw away the key.
I say we ship them to the boys in Bellevue Mental Hospital.
I suppose before we do anything, we ought to question them. If we can even manage to get a word in.
I don't understand why they were tracking us in the first place.
Because of the Justice Society of America, the single greatest secret force this country has ever known.
If it's so secret, how do you know about them?
Because his Nazi handlers have briefed him, no doubt.
Look, I'm not a Nazi. I'm a historian.
Here we go with the time travel nonsense again.
070233.
What?
Those are the numbers on your dog tags. They're not disclosed on any documents, military or otherwise.
How do you know that?
You gave these to your wife after the birth of your son in 1955. The dent on the front was from an assassin's bullet when you saved President Roosevelt in 1939. Your son passed them down to his son. Me.
You're late, Hawthorne.
You'll find that I have an entirely different concept of time than most. Did you locate the item?
It's in Berlin. Der Führer refuses to part with it.
I have something much more valuable to offer him. The JSA are basically a group of super soldiers. To win, the Reich will need their own. This is just a taste. Enough to dose one person. Proof of concept. Give me what I want, and your Führer will be planting his flag on the White House lawn within a matter of months. Do we have an accord?
Mr. Tyler.
See, Rex Tyler. Told you we knew the guy.
I don't know you. Any of you. Tell me what the heck is going on here.
Well, we tried explaining.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I was addressing the team leader.
Well, simply put, we've come here as time travelers to identify aberrations in history and correct them.
We're superheroes like you guys.
You think you're just like us. What are your qualifications?
Well, I used my personal fortune to create an advanced exoskeleton, which is powered by dwarf star alloy.
And I'm nothing like you. I'm a criminal.
Are there any other felons on your team?
No.
Yes. She's an assassin, but never convicted, right?
We're protecting history. It's pretty important.
In the future, you risk your own life to save us, Mr. Tyler.
How do you know my name?
Because you told us your name in 2016.
My name is Rex Tyler, and I'm a member of the Justice Society of America.
Never heard of them, pal.
That's because I'm from 1942, the same year in which all of you will...
Bite the bullet? So if we don't go back to 1942, we're safe, right?
Not to be rude, but how do we know you are who you say you are?
You all have no idea what you're up against. If you return to 1942, the consequences will be catastrophic.
That was weird.
So I crashed your ship, told you some bunk about not staying in 1942, and then I just disappeared.
It was more like fritzing out.
You might have been onto something with that Bellevue idea. Yes, Mr. President, sir.
FDR? Oh, tell him I'm a big fan of the New Deal.
Hey, I'm sorry about earlier. I never imagined meeting you like this. I actually never imagined meeting you at all because you're dead. I mean, where I come from, you're dead. My, dad used to tell me bedtime stories about you. All the battles you fought. You're a hero to me. I'm a hero to a lot of people. That's the job.
Of course. All right. You can count on us, sir. All right, we have to move out. Baron Krieger's been spotted in Paris.
If it's permissible, sir, I'll fly ahead and record Krieger's movements.
Sensible, as always.
We could help you out with that. Fighting Nazis is kind of our thing.
Yeah. Last time we tried, we ended up at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean.
We can handle Adolf's buddies. I think it's best for the 20th century if...
For us to leave it?
And that's why you're team leader?
I guess we'll be on our way then.
Can you believe what we just saw with our own eyes? The actual JSA. And our man? That guy's amazing.
Haircuts and love.
Come on. Those guys were precise, professional, in constant agreement. We can't even agree on whose turn it is to make dinner.
Not it.
I can't argue with you, man. They got some serious skills.
Big deal. Apart from the fancy headquarters, discipline, and calls from the White House, I mean, what do they have that we don't?
An actual leader? Rip's gone. And who knows when or if we'll ever find him. In the meantime, we need someone who can make the tough calls.
Let me guess. You're volunteering.
With all due respect, Raymond, I think there's a reason that Mr. Tyler just naturally assumed I was in charge.
Yeah, because Mr. Tyler is from 1942, and you're some old white dude.
Old, meaning experienced.
What about...
Martin's right. With Rip gone, we could use some adult supervision. Congratulations, Captain.
Well then, thank you all for your support. Now, I believe our first order of business concerns Dr. Haywood.
Is that Grandpa?
Yeah. Pictures of him are hard to find. You just gotta know where to look.
Well, that must have been something, getting the chance to meet him.
You would think so, right? But... I don't know. Felt empty somehow.
Well, meeting your idols usually does. Think of it this way. You are gonna have one hell of a story to tell your friends when you get back home.
Back home, 2016 back home? You can't cut me from the team.
Well, you're right, because you're not a member of it. And even if you were, history can be dangerous, and it's no place for
a historian. I'm more than... That's weird.
It's really not so weird. You don't have any superpowers. You don't even have training.
Not that. My grandfather's dog tags, they aren't around my neck.
So?
So I haven't taken them off since I was a kid. They were here a minute ago, now they've...
Vanished.
What does that mean?
That history has changed. What are you doing?
Reviewing my notes on the JSA. We have to go back to 1942.
Nate, the JSA was pretty explicit on us not going back to 1942.
That mission the JSA went on to track down Baron Krieger in Paris. We're all gonna die there tomorrow. My grandfather, too.
And this is where the JSA is gonna die.
Not unless we save them, including my grandfather.
Well, first we gotta find them.
Fortunately, we know they're looking for a Nazi named Krieger. A Nazi named Krieger. Can someone please help me operate this thing? Oh, God. Thank you. Krieger and his men frequent Fallait Brigère. We find Krieger, we find the JSA.
So how do we sneak into a Nazi nightclub?
I have a plan. Are any of you familiar with Max Sulzenfuss, better known by his stage name, Max Lorenz? He was Hitler's favorite singer and, fortunately, bears a passing resemblance to moi. That's French.
Great. Are you sure about this? Because bluffing at a card game isn't exactly the same as bluffing Nazis.
You disapprove of my plan?
I'm just saying we're dropping into the middle of World War II here, and you're not exactly a wartime consigliere.
And let me guess, you are. Or perhaps you would prefer the arsonist, the assassin, or the incredible shrinking man.
I'm just saying, you're smart and analytical and stuff and real deliberate. But when bullets start flying, analytical's not gonna cut it.
Well, thank you for pointing out my inadequacies.
Come on, Gray.
It's Captain Gray now.
I'm glad it hasn't gone to your head.
Ouch. Where'd you get that?
It must have happened when I fell after my grandfather decked me. Hey, that fabrication room's pretty cool. Can it really make clothes from any era?
Yeah, you know, we may not have trophies or framed letters from former presidents, but we got a few cool toys, including ingestible translator. You swallow this, you'll be able to speak and understand any language spoken to you.
That's cool. But I already speak German, French, Japanese, Italian, and Latin. What?
You speak 6 different languages. You have a tendency to run towards danger, and you're related to a member of the JSA. Why did you become a historian?
It's a long story. Hey, where do I go to get a gun?
You ever shoot someone before?
I mean, I may not be trained by a League of Assassins, but I can take care of myself.
Not out here, you can't. Out here, even the strongest and the bravest of us die.
Like Captain Hunter.
I'm just trying to make sure you get home safe and sound.
So the lady does have a heart.
Don't tell anyone.
Excuse me.
The club is closed tonight for a private function.
Do you have any idea who I am? I am Max Lorenz.
Did you say Max Lorenz?
Yes. And I have never been treated with such rudeness.
Of course not. You're more than welcome here, Herr Max.
Thank you.
No sign of Krieger or the JSA. Canvass the area and stay on the comms.
I think I got something. The lady with the animal powers. But she looks different.
You mean hot?
May I?
What are you doing? I'm on a covert mission.
Not for long. You and your team are all 24 hours away from being killed.
What are you talking about?
Time traveler, remember? Something changes in the future, and you all die.
And if we do, how do you know it's not because of your team?
I hadn't thought of that. Look who I found, and she's thrilled we've offered her help.
Herr Lorenz, I must introduce you to General Gerd von Wanstead. He's a huge fan.
Oh, lovely to meet you, General.
You are Max Lorenz. Lorenz is well over 6 feet tall.
My towering voice often causes people to overestimate my height.
Perhaps you would treat us to a song, Mr. Lorenz.
Maxie has a concert tomorrow night and needs to rest his pipes.
I insist, Fräulein. Und please, no Negro music.
Soon, not worth it.
It'll be a little worth it.
Heads up, Baron Krieger just arrived.
This is on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Max Lorenz, and this little waltz I am about to sing for you is an original song, very popular in Austria, where the hills are alive with the sound of music. Kieve, watch me for the changes and try to keep up.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me.
No, Herr Krieger, please. The Askeren amulet is not degenerate artwork. It is a masterpiece.
Would you help my men transport to the exchange tomorrow at all 1000? Refusing would meet with our Führer's disapproval.
I know the Baron's plan.
Let's get out of here.
Bless my homeland forever.
You did not salute the Führer.
Oh, yeah, sure I did. I'm all about saluting the Führer.
You're lying. I was watching you the entire time.
You know, I have a little crick in my neck, and it's really hard for me to straighten my arm.
Heil Hitler! Heil Hitler!
Hell.
Why do you get to punch him?
Protect Max Lorenz!
hell are you doing here?
I came back to rescue you.
If we're meant to be impressed by all this technology, it has the opposite effect.
It only makes you that much more dangerous.
Well, and there's evidence to support that, but I think what's important now is for all of us to stop arguing.
Does your team ever stop arguing?
Fair point.
I think what Martin is trying to say is we're going to help you, whether you like it or not. You're going after Krieger. We know where he's going next.
And given the laws of temporal mechanics, if you die, your grandson ceases to exist.
Well, I don't pretend to understand any of this time travel bunk, but these fellas do have a time ship. Might come in handy.
And having them as our backup might be the only way to keep them out of trouble.
Let's put it to a vote then. The ayes have it. Did your reconnaissance at the club yield any usable intel?
I'll need a map of the area.
Bringing one online now.
What was that?
AI, a talking computer.
What's a computer?
There, the Fontainebleau Forest. No, I saw a few of Krieger's men studying a map of it.
That must be where Krieger's planning on making the exchange. Nate overheard Krieger talking about making a trade for something called an Ascaran amulet.
Hitler has long amassed ancient artifacts such as this one. He may want the amulet because it conveys some sort of occult power.
Our objective should be to take out the Baron and stop this exchange at all costs.
I propose we survey all military activity in the area to learn what we're up against.
We don't have time for that.
I concur. We should have both teams gear up while Dr. Stein and I finalize the details. Be ready to go at first light.
How are things with your grandfather?
You know, I think he's avoiding me for some reason.
Well, it's hard for people to look at their future.
Maybe. No. One of the Nazis at the club had a knife.
Well, that should have stopped bleeding by now.
I'm just gonna get a new bandage.
To go with your bruise?
Well, you know how fragile we historians can be.
This isn't fragility. I know my cuts and bruises. You're a hemophiliac. Your blood doesn't clot, wounds can't heal, and if it's bad, you can bleed to death.
Yeah, well, you don't have to worry about that.
Too late. You could have died tonight.
But I didn't. In fact, it was the opposite. I never felt more alive. Look, when I was 5 years old, I cut my knee, and my mother wouldn't let me out of the house till I was 16. I'm a grown man. I can make my own decisions.
Not on the ship, you can't.
Sarah.
Look, I cannot let you go out there tomorrow knowing that you could get killed. I have enough deaths on my conscience as it is.
Look, I know you don't think I can add anything to this team, but out there is history, and nobody knows more about it than me.
Well, we've been managing just fine without you. Mostly fine.
Your suit looks a bit cumbersome.
Oh, actually, I made it to fit me perfectly. It's constructed out of a proprietary alloy, and it's been battle-tested quite a bit. I even wore it in space once. Personal highlight.
So your superpower is wearing the suit?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a little more complicated than that, but yeah. You're still mad at me for punching out that Nazi in the club, huh?
I'm mad because you blew my cover. I'll never be able to go undercover in Paris ever again.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't think about that.
I imagine that's a pattern with you and your group. But I can't dwell on it. Getting stuck on past mistakes only takes focus off the primary goal at hand.
Well, I gotta admit, watching your team work like a well-oiled machine kind of makes me feel like I'm doing this whole hero thing all wrong.
If it's any consolation, Dr. Palmer, you're not really a hero. We better get ready.
You spotted the Baron's caravan, ETA 5 minutes. hell's going on down there? Animal Girl and I are going after Krieger.
In the field, I'm called Vixen.
Negative, Raymond. Our target is the convoy.
We've got the convoy covered. Pursue the Baron.
The mission is the amulet.
Our mission is Krieger.
We don't have time for this. Give me a moment. I need to assess the situation.
Krieger's getting away, man.
What the hell was that? We're under attack.
Krieger! He turned into it!
We need backup!
Dr. Palmer, Dixon, do you read?
Their comms are down.
Oh my God.
I've got the amulet.
Good work. Dr. Midnight, Stargirl. Vixen and Dr. Palmer need assistance.
Copy that. But I think we have a new problem.
Gray, you gotta get him out of there.
I just need a minute.
Come on, Gray, do something.
Fall back. Get Obsidian. Mick, lay down fire to cover our retreat.
Now you're talking.
Mick, come on!
Commander Steele, do you still have the amulet?
Yes, sir. En route to your position.
What about Ray and Amaya?
You just can't leave him there. Nor can we engage this super Nazi, not without compiling more information first.
This is not a science debate, Gray.
Damn it, Jefferson, I know that. But for now, they're on their own.
I must admit, it's a feat of engineering. Far beyond anything I have ever seen or expected from you Americans.
Well, maybe you Germans should just stick to your luxury cars.
Why should I wear a robot suit when I have become der Übermensch?
You really think a single case of roid rage is going to win you the war?
Ja. Once I have replicated the super serum for the entire Wehrmacht.
But you haven't replicated the, what'd you call it, super serum? Kind of on the nose.
If all this is just a preamble to you killing us, get it over with.
I was hoping to torture you a little bit first. But since you're in such a rush, I will be glad to accommodate you with your schedule.
Wait. I'm a scientist. That exosuit? I invented it. I can help you with your little supply and demand problem. I'll even improve it. Just don't shoot her.
I hope you are as smart as you say you are. For her sake.
You know he's gonna kill us both, even if you help him.
I have a plan.
That's what I'm afraid of.
We have the amulet. Now what?
First priority is making sure Ray and Amaya are alive, and then getting them out of the bunker where the Nazis are holding them.
Actually, our first priority is destroying the Baron and whatever serum is making him indestructible.
Perhaps we could propose a trade. Their lives for the amulet.
Unfortunately, the amulet's not ours to barter with.
We need an extraction plan.
No, we need to eliminate the threat. Now, Professor Stein, please tell us, what is your plan of action?
How am I supposed to come up with a plan when I can't even hear myself think? Would you please just leave? I need a moment to collect my thoughts.
What the hell, Gray? I can practically feel you going crazy inside my head.
I'm fine. Jefferson, I'm trying to determine the best course of action.
I wouldn't believe that even if we didn't have a psychic connection, which, hold on, we do.
I just don't know how Rip was able to do all this. So many decisions to make, consequences to manage, opinions to consider. Trying to reach a consensus with this team is like something akin to chaos theory.
That's the thing, Gray. We don't need someone to reach a consensus. We just need someone who can call the shots.
Then you should have put a tactician, not a theoretician, in charge. You were right, Jefferson. I'm not a wartime Consul Gary.
Are they gonna be okay?
They'll live to fight another day. It's what we do.
I used to fantasize about meeting you. Trading stories or having a beer. Or just making eye contact.
I'm sorry, I guess back at headquarters, I was afraid to get too close to you.
Why? You're my grandfather. You're more than that. You're a hero to me.
I don't want to be anyone's hero. That look you gave me when we first met, I've seen it before. When people look up to me, decide that they have to act a certain way, a way that's likely to get them killed, I do what I do so that others don't have to. So you wouldn't have to.
My whole life, people have been trying to shield me from the world, your son included. Meanwhile, all I ever wanted to be was a soldier like you.
It's a parent's job to protect their child, but it's a child's obligation to themselves to live their own life. You can and should do whatever you set your mind to. But you should know, you don't have to be a soldier to be a hero.
And we approach from the southwest, destroy the weapons lab and the Baron in one move.
Except for the last time we faced him, he took out both of our teams.
The last time we weren't being backed by a squadron of B-17s.
Then how do we get Ray and Amaya out before the bombs start falling?
We don't. This conflict is bigger than any one of us. If it means ending the war one day sooner, Amaya would happily make that sacrifice.
But she doesn't have to. Look, I know you and your team think we're a group of irresponsible losers, but I know Ray Palmer, and he has a plan to get out of that bunker. We just need to give him time.
Which means giving the Nazis time. I'm calling in the strike.
I can't let you do that.
You don't have the authority.
Yes, she does. Ms. Lance speaks for all of us. I have watched her become the beating heart and steady hand of this team. She is the proper person to lead us. And she says that we are going to rescue our people. That is what we are going to do.
This would go a lot faster if I wasn't handcuffed. I mean, what do you think? I'm gonna escape using a microscope?
Are you going to make more serum? Or is your friend going to die?
First off, it's not a serum. It's a biomolecular enhancer. By the way, who gave you this? Because from an engineering standpoint, it's really rather amazing. Yes, I can make more.
Ray, don't do it. Don't help him.
Back to work. Watch them.
How can you do this? No member of the JSA would ever help the Nazis.
Neither would a legend. Damn, I really want to do it with just a microscope.
Get the handcuff keys.
Alpha stabilizer's damaged. The suit's not gonna work.
I took my amulet.
And without it, I'm guessing you're just...
A 5th degree black belt with training in etched weapons combat.
Nice. But I think we'll need more than that to get past Super Krieger.
What are you doing?
I told you I had a plan. Just to get my hands on this and enhance it, but not for them. I'm not only a man in a metal suit. At least, not after this.
We are under attack. Baron Krieger has ordered us to transport you to a more secure location.
Who's attacking you?
Sir, the sentries are reporting a man made a firefly to the forest.
Plot on the base. Now.
Firestorm is drawing the troops away from the bunker.
Copy that. We still need to find Ray and Amaya.
Mick, look out!
Thanks, haircut.
I believe this belongs to you. Steele, midnight. We've recovered the rest of the team.
I suggest you save the teary reunion for later.
Our man ordered the bombers to strike. 5 minutes out. But Herr Krieger is here right now.
Come on, you Nazi bastard.
Get on! What are you doing here? Saving you! Get on!
Bombing run about to commence. All points get clear.
Working on it!
What was that?
He's dead. You did it. You saved us.
I'm afraid Mr. Hayward's vitals are dropping.
There's got to be something on board this tub to get him back on his feet. You people are from the future, for God's sake.
Bomb blast caused massive internal bleeding, and because his body lacks the normal clotting factor, there's only so much Gideon can do.
Were you too close?
No, not really. But if it wasn't for Nate, I'd still be trapped in the Cretaceous period, being chased by a T-Rex.
I'm sorry. This is our fight, not yours. The Nazis are not...
Nazis? Nazis.
You kept the serum?
That may be enough. I think I can save him. With this.
Is that the Nazi serum that created that hideous berserker? Are you mad?
I did a little tinkering to the formula, so...
So what will it do now?
With any luck, save his life.
How do we know if it's working?
He's not dead yet, so it's a good sign.
And he's not turning into a Nazi berserker.
His vitals are improving. He's stabilizing.
What the Nazis want with the piece of jewelry, anyway?
No idea. Hitler's known to be obsessed with the strange.
We'll keep it safe in any case.
I guess that's your way of saying thanks.
Right. Well, I think it's time we got out of 1942. This was fun.
It was unusual.
Hey, I wanted to apologize for what I said.
About me not being a hero?
You're not a superhero, but what you did for Nate, giving him the serum, giving up your chance at real powers, that was heroic.
Oh, it's about time, Sleeping Beauty. I was afraid you wouldn't wake up in time for me to say goodbye.
I was afraid I wasn't going to wake up at all.
I was afraid of that, too. I'm sorry if I didn't live up It's the version of Commander Steele you dreamt of meeting.
Nah, I like the real version better.
Well, I'll be damned. Guess this means we're both gonna make it.
Not bad for a historian.
Not bad for a hero.
Hello, Rex. Who are you? No, we've met before. Quite a number of times, actually. In fact, after our last go, you discovered my plan and then traveled through time yourself to stop the legends from coming here.
They said I disappeared.
Not disappeared. No. Erased from the timeline. Like this.
Rex? 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 Rex?
Time traveler.
Rick, move your head.